How y'all doing tonight? My name is Bigbobbedboi, and tonight we're going to talk about Hunter Solo Maraudon Farm. When it comes to the Maraudon Farm, your gear doesn't matter that much. Gizlock you can beat with pretty much any gear, so that doesn't matter. And Princess, it's just going to give you faster kill times. So I'm on a very low pop server, so I can't even really do dungeons. And most of my gear is still from Maraudon. I've got helm, pants, and Keeper's Hang, all from Maraudon. Of course, the ring. So, I mean, the better gear you have, the faster your kill times will be, but that's pretty much it. Now, for your pet, the best thing you can have is the nature resistance talent. So I would recommend specking him for that because that will be pretty helpful. You might also want shadow resist to help with Gizlock's fears. I'm just using one of the plagued swine from Eastern Plaguelands. He works out fine for this, but your pet isn't terribly important for this. As long as you got that nature resist talent, it should be good. As far as talents go, the only ones that really make any difference for Princess are Hawkeye and Pathfinding. Those two together really make it a lot easier to stay away from her boulders. You can shoot her from 6 yards farther away, and you can just run faster. You could also try just hitting run speed enchant on your boots. That will also work out great. So the first thing is you drop down here, you use the Scepter of Celebris to drop down into the Earthsong Falls area. These Hydra are really easy to avoid, so you just run past them. Once you get in this way, hug the left wall, and then there will be patrols here. Just watch out for them. Now when you get here, I know it's tempting to try and jump through the rock and go that way, but depending on the level of this guy, you'll get hit. See, he's level 48, you would aggro him, so just go to the side and hug the right wall. If you're a miner or herbalist, this will really increase the gold you get from these Maraudon farms. There's usually a spawn in here for Mithril, but there's actually a couple places it can spawn in this room. Now when you get to Gizlock, look around for this patrol because you do not want to aggro them while you're fighting Gizlock. What I like to do is I like to mark them, and then you can watch them on your mini-map. I mean, you could track elementals too, but I like to just keep finding minerals up. So get your pet out, and then once they've gone by, it's time to start Gizlock. He's pretty easy. The only thing you really need to worry about is his fear. I like to just burn him down as fast as I can, so I spend most of my mana at first, and then let it regen a little bit. Now, you see, he has a fear ability that he'll use on your pet, but it works really strangely. You see, he just did back-to-back fears there. So I haven't figured out a way to avoid that yet, the back-to-back fears. So sometimes you'll just get unlucky and he'll fear your pet into some mobs, and there's really nothing you can do about it. You can try and spec him with shadow resistance to resist it, but other than that, even as a BM hunter with Bestial Wrath, he still gets fears off. Okay, now what I do after Gizlock is I throw my pet some food, and then I put him on stay in Gizlock's room because you're not going to need him for a while. If you're a miner or herbalist, you might want to come check this room because there are spawns. See, here's some ghost mushrooms. But if you're not, then you can just skip this room. But after that, just head back up these ramps, avoid the patrols of elementals, and then it's on to Princess. Now when you get to this bridge of giants, I usually hug the left side. This way you can avoid the giants and the patrols of elementals. I've seen a lot of people say you need to like jump here, but you don't. You can just walk right into the side here. I want to show, just in case you do fall, this waterfall is water, so you can just swim back up it. Of course you don't want to fall, but that's just in case. So bring your pet back out, make sure he's healed up. If you have any spirit buffing stuff like food and stuff, that's pretty helpful in this fight. Alright, so I like to just throw up a hunter's mark, and I start with aim shot to auto shot to multi-shot, and then we need to start running. Make sure she hits our ammo trap. Now we need to get our pet in combat. It's very important. So I had him charge in there and then immediately come back. Now I like to have deadly boss mods on for this. You see it has warnings for boulder and repulsive gaze and everything. After that one trap and aim shot, multi-shot combo, she's already down to 94%. If you've got good mana regen, you can keep spamming arcane shot while you're kiting her around. I like to kite clockwise around this outer wall here. I tried to do it the other direction and I kept getting stuck. But here's the main point of the way I do it. See, I got her to do a dust cloud. Now I can sit here and aim shot and get a couple auto shots off. The reason she does that is my pet will lag behind and he'll be just in range of her to start that. He'll also have the nature resistance, so he's unlikely to die. You see, he didn't take any damage from that. He's just on the edge of her range to do dust field. See, he only got hit twice from it and he resisted one of them. So now I get to sit here and shoot her. And this will make it a lot faster than if you're just trying to do if you're just trying to kill her with arcane shot like I've seen some people do. And when I get near that rock, this macro will just FD and place a Immo trap. And then this macro will just target her and hit distracting shot. It's important that your pet doesn't die. So if he does take damage from Dustfield, you might have to throw off a men pet. Don't worry about it. You just don't want him to die, because if he dies, you can no longer drop those immolation traps. Because if you FD, she'll just reset. So make sure you keep your pet alive. That's really important. He doesn't need to do any damage here. You see, he's just lagging behind, staying in range of her so that he will trigger that dust cloud, and then I can get my aim shots off and stuff. You can try to throw off some auto shots and do kind of a shoot and scoot, but that can be pretty dangerous because her boulder does have a 30-yard range, but it's a little buggy. I've had times where she's hit me with a boulder while dust clouding, and I've definitely had her hit me from farther than 30 yards away with that as well. Now, as I mentioned before, be very careful with the multi-shots, because you really don't want to aggro one of these turtles. If you aggro one of these turtles, you're probably going to die. Once she gets to around 26% health, she's going to slow down a little bit. When that happens, you're not going to be able to get her to dust cloud as often, but at that point it becomes really easy to stutter step and shoot her. So from 26 to pretty much dead, you'll be stutter stepping. If you end up getting too close to her and she's going to hit you with a boulder, what you need to do is take off aspect of the cheetah. You can just toggle it off. Sometimes I'll switch it to monkey just because then I might have a chance to dodge it. But make sure you toggle aspect of the cheetah off, because you do not want to get dazed. If she just hits you with it and you don't get dazed, once it's over, you can turn cheetah back on and recover. Once she gets really low, she'll slow down to extremely slow speeds and you'll have no problem with the stutter stepping. But be careful, because she still can throw boulders until she's dead. You don't want to get that close to killing her and then die. But I think that covers everything. That is the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. First tutorial video I've ever made. Any feedback you've got, I'd love to hear it. Post it in the comments. The macros I use are also in the description. My personal thoughts on this farm are it's okay. I did it for the ring, but I'm not going to do it for gold. You might want to check your economy. On mine, I can make more money just mining if I run out and mine some thorium. But I appreciate you watching this, and I hope you enjoyed.